The latest CBC Poll Tracker update. As of March 12, 2025, we take a closer look at the evolving political landscape in Atlantic Canada, where the battle for seats is shaping up to be a key factor in this year's federal election. According to the latest projections, the Conservatives, CPC, are expected to secure between 7 to 13 seats, marking a potential gain in the region. The Liberals, LPC, historically dominant in Atlantic Canada, are currently projected to hold on to between 19 to 25 seats, still maintaining their lead, but possibly facing some losses compared to previous elections. Meanwhile, the New Democratic Party, NDP, the Green Party, GPC, the People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties are not currently projected to win any seats, leaving the region in a largely two-party contest between the Liberals and the Conservatives. This latest data suggests that while the Liberals continue to dominate Atlantic Canada, the Conservatives are showing signs of growth. If the upper end of their projection materializes, they could make significant gains in key ridings. However, it's important to note that Atlantic Canada has a history of last-minute shifts, and much will depend on voter turnout, campaign strategies, and upcoming debates. The absence of projected seats for the NDP and Greens signals a challenging race for progressive alternatives outside of the Liberal fold. We turn our focus to Quebec, a province that often plays a decisive role in shaping Canada's political landscape. Here's where things stand as of March 12, 2025. The Conservatives, CPC, are projected to secure between 12 to 14 seats, a modest but potentially significant foothold in the province. The Liberals, LPC, long a dominant force in Quebec politics, are leading the pack with a projected 32 to 40 seats, keeping them in a strong position. The New Democratic Party, NDP, which once had a strong base in Quebec, is currently projected to win just one seat, indicating a continued struggle to regain ground. Meanwhile, the Bloc Québécois, BQ, remains a formidable force, with projections ranging from 23 to 33 seats. Their performance could be a key factor in determining the balance of power, particularly in tight races across the province. As for the Greens, GPC, People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties, no seats are currently projected, signaling a tough road ahead for these contenders in Quebec. These numbers reflect a three-way battle between the Liberals, the Bloc Québécois, and the Conservatives, each vying for influence in different parts of the province. The Liberals' stronghold in urban centers like Montreal appears intact, but the Bloc Québécois remains highly competitive in francophone regions outside the city. Meanwhile, the Conservatives are holding steady, maintaining their presence in key ridings. For the NDP, these numbers confirm their continued decline in Quebec, a province that once propelled them to historic heights under Jack Layton in 2011. Their challenge will be to hold on to their lone projected seat while seeking opportunities to rebuild support. As Quebec continues to be a battleground province, these seat projections will be closely watched in the coming weeks. Can the Liberals maintain their lead? Will the Bloc Québécois expand its reach? And can the Conservatives break through in more ridings? We turn our focus to Ontario, Canada's most populous province and a critical battleground that could decide the next government. As of March 12, 2025, here's where things stand. The race in Ontario is shaping up to be a tight contest between the Conservatives, CPC, and the Liberals, LPC. The Conservatives are projected to win between 50 to 76 seats, a strong showing that could put them in contention for a potential government. The Liberals are expected to secure 41 to 67 seats, meaning they still have a significant presence, but are at risk of losing ground. The New Democratic Party, NDP, is projected to claim 2 to 5 seats, reflecting their struggle to expand beyond traditional strongholds. The Green Party, GPC, is currently projected to win 1 seat, maintaining a foothold in the province. The People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties are not projected to win any seats at this time. This projection suggests that Ontario remains highly competitive, with both the Conservatives and Liberals fighting for dominance. The high variability in seat projections, with both parties capable of winning a majority of Ontario's 121 seats, means this province will be a key battleground in election 2025. The Conservatives appear to be making inroads in suburban and rural ridings, while the Liberals remain strong in urban centres like Toronto, Ottawa, and the GTA. The NDP, which once had stronger support in Ontario, faces an uphill battle to hold on to its few seats, and the Greens' single projected seat reflects their ongoing challenge to expand their influence. Ontario's results could ultimately decide the next federal government, making voter turnout and campaign momentum crucial in the final stretch of the race. Conservatives build on their momentum, or can the Liberals turn the tide? And will the NDP and Greens find a way to increase their presence? With the election fast approaching, Ontario remains a province to watch. Will the Conservatives build on their momentum, or can the Liberals turn the tide? And will the NDP and Greens find a way to increase their presence? We turn our attention to Saskatchewan and Manitoba, two provinces where the Conservatives have historically performed well. Let's take a look at the numbers as of March 12, 2025. In Saskatchewan and Manitoba, the Conservatives, CPC, continue to dominate, with projections showing them winning 19 to 20 seats, reinforcing their stronghold in the region. The Liberals, LPC, are projected to secure between 6 to 8 seats, showing some presence but remaining far behind the Conservatives. For the New Democratic Party, NDP, the projections range from 0 to 3 seats, meaning they could struggle to gain traction in these provinces, depending on voter turnout and local dynamics. Meanwhile, the Green Party, GPC, the People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties are not projected to win any seats at this time. This projection highlights the continued strength of the Conservatives in the prairies, where they have historically dominated in both urban and rural ridings. The Liberals' best chances lie in urban centres like Winnipeg, where they have previously found support, but outside of these areas, they face a tough challenge against the Conservatives. The NDP's path remains uncertain, with their potential seat count fluctuating. Their best hopes rest in pockets of urban support where they have been competitive in past elections, but without a strong push, they risk being shut out entirely. As for the PPC and Greens, they have not yet gained enough traction to make a breakthrough in these provinces. As we approach the election, the prairies remain a Conservative stronghold, but can the Liberals or NDP carve out more seats? The race is far from over, and shifts in voter sentiment could still change the outcome. We shift our focus to Alberta, a province known for its strong Conservative base. As of March 12, 2025, here's how the race is shaping up. The Conservatives, CPC, continue to dominate Alberta politics, with projections showing them securing 31 to 33 seats, reinforcing their control over the province. The Liberals, LPC, are projected to win between 3 to 4 seats, maintaining a small but significant presence, primarily in urban areas like Calgary and Edmonton. The New Democratic Party, NDP, is expected to claim between 1 to 2 seats, reflecting their struggle to gain broader traction outside of key progressive ridings. As for the Green Party, GPC, the People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties, no seats are currently projected for them in Alberta. Alberta remains a Conservative stronghold, with the party poised to sweep nearly all ridings. However, the Liberals and NDP continue to hold on to small pockets of support, particularly in urban centers, where changing demographics and policy debates on energy, economy, and social issues have created competitive ridings. The Liberals' limited success is largely concentrated in Calgary and Edmonton, where they've historically had their best chances. Meanwhile, The NDP's projected seats suggest they could hold onto their urban foothold, but face an uphill battle expanding beyond that. For the PPC and Greens, Alberta remains a tough battleground, with no projected wins in this election cycle. While the Conservatives look set for another strong showing, will the Liberals and NDP manage to make inroads? Alberta's political landscape may be predictable, but riding-level battles could still surprise us. We focus on British Columbia, a province known for its diverse political landscape and competitive three-way races. As of March 12, 2025, here's where the numbers stand. Seat projections breakdown. The Conservatives, CON, are leading the race in BC, with projections showing them winning 22 to 29 seats, giving them a strong presence in the province. The Liberals, LIB, are projected to secure between 9 to 18 seats, keeping them competitive but facing challenges from both the Conservatives and the NDP. The New Democratic Party, NDP, which has traditionally performed well in BC, is currently projected to win between 2 to 6 seats, indicating a tougher fight for them in this election. The Green Party, GRN, is on the board with a projection of 0 to 1 seat, meaning they could retain representation, but they face a difficult path to further gains. As for the People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties, no seats are projected at this time. British Columbia remains a highly competitive province where all three major federal parties have historically had strongholds. The Conservatives are making gains, particularly in interior and rural regions, where their messaging on the economy and resource development resonates with voters. The Liberals are holding on to their traditional support in Metro Vancouver, but their seat count could fluctuate depending on late campaign momentum. The NDP, which once had a strong presence in BC, is struggling to gain traction, especially in suburban ridings, where competition from both the Liberals and Conservatives is squeezing their support. The Greens' hopes of winning a seat rest on Vancouver Island, where they have historically performed well. With British Columbia's ridings often decided by tight margins, the province could play a key role in shaping the final election results. Will the Conservatives maintain their lead? Can the Liberals and NDP regain lost ground? And will the Greens hold on to a seat? Now we focus on the national picture, breaking down the latest projections from across Canada. As of March 12, 2025, here's how the major parties are shaping up nationwide. On the national stage, the race is incredibly close, with the Conservatives, CPC, leading with a projected 141 to 186 seats, but with significant variability depending on regional outcomes. The Liberals, LPC, are projected to win between 111 to 165 seats, remaining competitive but facing a tight contest as they battle for control. The New Democratic Party, NDP, is forecasted to secure 6 to 18 seats, a wide range that suggests their performance will hinge on late campaign movements and voter turnout. The Bloc Québécois, BQ, is projected to win between 23 to 33 seats, maintaining a strong presence in Quebec. The Green Party, GPC, is projected to claim between 1 to 2 seats, while the People's Party of Canada, PPC, and other smaller parties are not projected to win any seats. These projections highlight the tight competition between the Conservatives and Liberals, both of which are vying for control of the federal government. A significant swing in voter support could determine the final result, making the election unpredictable. The NDP's performance remains uncertain, with a wide range of projected outcomes. If they can maintain or increase their seat count, they could become a critical player in forming a coalition government. The Bloc Québécois continues to hold strong in Quebec, playing a pivotal role in any minority government scenario. As for the Greens, their projections suggest a limited impact nationally, while the PPC seems unlikely to break through in this election cycle. With the national landscape in flux, every vote will matter as we head into election 2025. The Conservatives and Liberals are in a battle for supremacy, while the NDP and Bloc Québécois could play key roles in determining who will form the next government.